And then there's LeBron. So he had another big game, 31 points, his 7th 30-plus game in the last 8. So he's averaging 36.9 minutes per game, his most since he's been with the Lakers. So here's what he said about his workload after the game.
I'm just trying to watch my minutes at times, but we also need to win ball games as well. So I feel pretty good. I don't feel like that I'm playing 37 minutes a game or whatever. And it's also not the record for me. So my average season, we average 42 and a half for a whole season. So I even got a most minutes for the season plaque at my house. You didn't even know they gave those out, did you?
A plaque. All right. Well, LeBron's 36.9 minutes per game are on pace to be the 3rd most in a player's age 37 season or older, trailing only Karl Malone and Michael Jordan from the early 2000s. So LeBron's 28.6 points per game are 5 more than anybody has ever averaged at this age. So if we're talking about LeBron, we have to bring in senior writer and host of the Hoop Collective podcast, Brian Windhorst. So, Windy, what LeBron is doing right now, do you think that's sustainable?
You know, Malika, I've been asking that question for a decade now, and his answer has always been the same. I know my body better than anybody else, and I will do what I think I can do. You could argue that the injuries he's had since he's been in L.A., that groin injury and the abdominal injury, potentially could be related to overwork. But LeBron believes that he knows what he's doing. He's going to continue to do this. And what he said is important there. Even though these games are against teams like the Kings, they are must-win games for the Lakers. Because if you look at their schedule coming up, they have got a brutal rest of this month, especially the back half of this month. They've got a road trip out east where they are going to probably take some losses. And that means the games against the Kings, and they play them again coming up in a few days. Games against the Pacers, they have the Hawks who are really scuffling coming in. They got to win those games because they have kicked away some games early in the season, and they know they're not going to have Anthony Davis. So when they get a winnable game at home and LeBron James can smell a victory, he's got to take it. And that's why he played so hard in the 4th quarter last night, and I expect him to continue to do so.
Absolutely. Richard, do you think that this is a sustainable load for him?
I think it's sustainable, but this is why they brought in Russell Westbrook, is so that you didn't have to do this type of load.
Sure.
You want to kind of balance him and Anthony Davis. Obviously, Anthony Davis is out. But at the end of the day, if LeBron is having to put forth a heroic effort against the Kings in the 4th quarter to get a victory at home, there are still problems in L.A. They have not figured it out. We can talk about how great he is. We can talk about his numbers. But ultimately, they are still not playing quality basketball.
Well, and that's when it comes to, Perk, you good?
Wow.
You saying you're agreeing? Are you sure?
No. Yes, I'm agreeing with RJ because, look, the Lakers their team is constructed for one reason and one reason only, and that's to win a championship. But you know what I will say? I want to say this real quick. LeBron James is actually delivering a message, in my opinion, to Anthony Davis and showing him that this is how you play the center position because LeBron is embracing it with open arms. It looked like he's having great joy playing the center position, rolling to the basket, setting screens, anchoring the defense, talking the coverages. And so what he's saying is that, hey, look, I'm going to show you how to embrace it. So when you come back, I want that same energy out of you.
Doing what needs to be done so his teammates will do the same.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.